Hello everybody, I'm Mr. Tamer and welcome to the first video lesson. Today we're talking about what is science for the start class. This is a science class. I am Mr. Tamer right there, okay? This is our first flipped class. What you need to do is you take a template out, you take notes on all the text on each slide, write down something that you heard for each slide, and you need at least one well-labeled picture. Okay? Can't draw two, better do more than the minimum. Okay, let's get started. So, first big question: what is science? Now, the answer is twofold. First of all, system of knowledge. What the heck is that? Well, it's a bunch of information, right? Facts and figures about biology, and chemistry, and animals, and stars, and all sorts of things. So it is a bunch of facts and information in the book, right? System of knowledge. Understanding how these ideas work and the connection between these ideas. So along with that, you have a bunch of processes or theories about how things interact, how things work together, how one idea influences another, which in turn can influence others. And it offers your explanation to a question. A lot of times it actually brings up more questions than it answers. So first and foremost, we have scientific knowledge. But also, it's a method. Scientific method helps you to discover this. It's a way of discovering and explaining how you know certain things that you know. So, with this method, our understanding is going to change through experimentation. Experiments allow us to update our understanding. So it's not static. It doesn't stay the same. Science constantly changes. Information that we know up here is going to be out of date in a few years, or at least we'll better understand it as more experiments are done and we discover new ideas. This process of discovery is informed by information that came before, and then we'll add to that system of knowledge. So knowledge informs our experiments. Experiments expand our body of knowledge, which informs new experiments, which add new information. So we're talking about information and methods. Cool? Alright, pause it if you need to. Get all the words written down. Type down the diagram. Awesome. Alright, second slide. So, this method we're talking about, it's called the scientific method. It has distinct steps. You have to observe your environment. Observe what you want to study. That's going to allow you to ask a really good question. Hopefully, that question is in the form of a hypothesis. Or if we hypothesize, make a prediction about what we think is going to happen in a given set of circumstances. So we observe, then we try and guess as to what's going to happen next based on our observations. We then run an experiment to test that hypothesis. We make a prediction. We do an experiment to see if our prediction is true. Right? Then we're going to analyze the results. We're going to collect some data. We're going to look at that data and say, does the data support our hypothesis, or does it refute our hypothesis? A lot of science is saying, nope, hypothesis isn't supported, so we need to do some more observations and come up with a new hypothesis. If the hypothesis is supported, okay, we can't say this is the absolute way that works, but we can say, you know, our prediction is pretty good, our understanding is pretty good, and then we communicate our explanation, which will add to that body of knowledge where other people see it, hypothesize about it, and do new experiments based on the same idea. So, you look at our diagram here. This is a good diagram to add to. Doesn't get one to add. We make our observations, which lead to a question, and we develop a hypothesis. an if-then statement making a prediction. We then test that hypothesis with an experiment, collect our data, analyze it, draw some conclusions. If it's not supported, well, we have to revise our hypothesis. If it is supported, we can develop theory and communicate that idea, or we can test the hypothesis with further experiments, further refining our understanding of what's going on. So this idea of a scientific method shows us how to do something. Okay? Pause the video if you need. Make sure you have the text written down. Diagram would be nice. Move on to slide 3. So, how do we organize something? All right. First big delineation or division are the social sciences and the natural sciences. This course is going to focus on the natural sciences. Okay? But just for context, what social sciences? What are the social sciences? These are the study of society and religion, like psychology, political science, anthropology. These are the social sciences. Those are great sciences, but the focus of other courses. In this course, we're going to talk about physics, chemistry, and biology. Right? 7th grade, we focus on physics and chemistry. 8th grade, we do biology, and then creating and designing the animals. What's the difference? So all of science is related. Biology is really a subset of chemistry, a small little portion of chemistry. Chemistry is a subsection of physics. Physics is the study of matter. Chemistry is a subset of matter. We want to look at the interaction of things, how things react and interact with each other. In biology, it's a very special category of matter. These are biological macromolecules. These molecules together exhibit the properties of life. What does that mean? We'll learn later on. Okay, but right now, quick review. 3 big questions are: what is science? What is the scientific method? And how is science divided? Okay. Your reading for the next assignment is going to be sections 1 and 2 in chapter 1. And what do you need to do? You need for tonight's homework, you need to have your name, date, title, good handwriting for your notes. The text that's on all 3 slides, at least one well-labeled picture, and something you heard on each side which wasn't written down. And then at the end, I want you to think about what you just learned, process it a little bit, and come up with 3 original thoughts or questions. Questions are usually easier. Thoughts are good too. Alright, any problems? Let me know. See you in class.